Now we'll see the topic implementation of Q using arrays. So we'll consider the list with the elements ABCDE, wherein the list size is n is 5, and we know that Q initial front and rear values are -1, -1, and the array indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have to write the code for Q insertion and Q deletion. Okay, so to perform Q insert operation, this is char. To perform to write the code for Q insert operation, here we have already seen that this element, the first element, is inserted to the first 0th location, making the front is 0, referring to this. But here, the thing we have to find out first is, in order to go for inserting a new element into the Q, we have to see that whether Q is already full or not. If Q is already full, we can't insert a new element into the Q. So when we can say that Q is full, so if the first element is inserted and here it is rear is 0, and the second element rear is made 1 and it refers to this one location, and B is inserted here, like that rear is 2 and it refers here, and C is inserted, rear is 3, it refers this, D is inserted here, and finally this rear is 4, and here the fourth location E is inserted here. Now we are able to see that Q is inserted with all the 5 elements, and our rear reaches 4, which is equal to the size minus 1. And once this rear reaches n minus 1, we could see that Q is full and we can't go for inserting a new element into the Q. So this condition here we have to check before we are going to insert it. If your rear reaches n minus 1, that is size of the Q minus 1, then we can simply display a message that Q is full. Else only it is possible we can insert a new element. So if it is the case, elements are there only up to second location, then our regular procedure is that in order to insert a new element into this position, our rear we have to increment to 3, and then into R we can keep this D. So it is that R, whatever existing value, we have to increment that by 1, and then into Q of R we can place our item. So this is the code we can write for Q insertion. Then coming to second method, deletion or delete. Now if you want to delete an item from the Q, so it is already known that from front end we can delete the element. From the front end only we can delete the elements. So if it is the case, there are no elements in the Q. When there are no elements in the Q, is it possible to perform delete? No. So now we have to check for the condition when this Q is empty. Initially when no elements are inserted into the Q, it is empty. That situation we can observe using this front equal to -1 and rear equal to -1. Here we can observe another situation. Now there are 4 elements in the Q and our rear is 3. Now if you try to delete one element from this, initially front is -1, you make front is 0 and it refers to this, this is deleted. Then you make front equal to 1, it refers to this, you delete this. Then you make front is 2, it refers to this, you delete this. then you make front equal to 3. It refers to this third location, and this element also deleted. Now if you observe the queue, there are no elements in the queue, and if you see the front and rear values, they are equal. It is actually front equal to rear equal to 3. So here we could find another situation whenever front is made equal to rear, that time queue is empty. So from these two things we can conclude that front equal to rear is the condition for queue empty. So that we have to check here before we are going to perform delete operation. If front equal to rear, then we can simply display a message that queue is empty. Else we can perform the deletion. So how we can perform the deletion? We are incrementing front first, then so it is f equal to f plus 1, then the item to be deleted. Item to delete is our queue of front location. Whatever element is there, that can be deleted. So this is the code for queue deletion operation. Now if you want to see the code for displaying the values of queue. Now consider the situation, this first element is removed from the list and our front is 0, and there are 4 elements now 3 elements in the list, and our rear is referring to 3 and this location. Okay, so now if you consider your display code displaying the list of values, so here you can observe front equal to 0th location we cannot refer, from front 1 to rear 3 we can access the values from the array using front 1 to rear 3 value. So it is that normal front, whatever value is there, you have to consider, you have to start with front plus 1. So using a for loop, simply it is for, so mean I, you can take an index variable, I equal to starts with front plus 1, because the front location is always referring an empty location. 2, it is I less than rear plus 1, because the rear location also having some data. It is I plus plus. You can write a printf statement. It is some character data we have considered, so it is %c and it is q of I. So this is the code for displaying the values of the queue.